What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yours truly, Kendrick McKnight here, back again with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. In this video, man, we're going to be talking about never. And The Rock means never stop chasing after your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, things that you want to do in your life. Never stop chasing, even when things doesn't go your way. It seems like such a easy thing to do, right? And just like stop and just like take a breather and just like not go forward anyway when things doesn't go the way that you personally see it. And I feel like I'm the perfect person to discuss this and talk about this, right? Because I am a perfect example of when certain things doesn't go the way that I personally want it to or see it. It's like, hey man, I gotta go back to the drawing board. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I don't know how to get to that point. I mentioned to you guys before on this channel where like I know my goal, I know my vision, and I know where I want to be. I know what's at that mountaintop. I hate the baby steps to that point, to that moment. You know what I mean? It seems like just like a huge, massive roadblock to where you want to be and to where you want to go, right? And when you have these moments, you start to regret and you start to ask yourself, what if I don't do it? What if I can't do it? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm just not meant for this? Maybe this is not my calling that God wants me to do and be. And all of these negative questions and negative thoughts and just so much negativity coming to your head. And I'm here to tell you guys, man, never stop it. Never stop chasing, man. Never, ever stop going after what you want to do, man. And I'm in this, video to tell you guys, man, just don't do it, man. Just don't do it. I'm going to share, my journey with you guys. Some of it, not all of it. Not all of it, but I'm going to share you guys, part of my journey and where I'm at currently, and hope you guys can understand and learn from it and continuously to abide by those ethics, those principles, those morals of never stopping and never being content, never settling. You know what I'm saying? And so I hope you guys enjoy this, man. Yours truly, Kendrick McKnight. Let's go. So broadcasting has always been the goal, right? As you guys know, people that watch my stuff frequently, broadcasting has always been the tippity top, mountaintop of what I've always wanted to do. That's what I want to do. Sports is my calling. Talking about sports, playing. I don't think I have the right attitude to play sports. When certain things happen, I kind of go crazy. But talking about it is much more my lane. So I've always enjoyed it, and I realized definitely in school, talking about sports kind of gets me out of my shell. Talking about my favorite player, my favorite team, or just talking about how the game was last night. Watching this particular player scored 40, 50 points, and so on and so forth. I've always enjoyed those sports conversations with people that I normally wouldn't talk to or normally wouldn't engage in conversation with. And I realized that very early for me, especially in high school. A little bit in middle school, but mostly in high school, when I realized that, okay, talking about sports is kind of like my thing, But I didn't really go after sports broadcasting the way that I should have. When it was on my mind, it was one of those moments where I care too much about people's thoughts and people's opinions and what they would think about a quiet, shy kid going after such a crazy industry and going after such a big goal, especially for a quiet person. That's just like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to talk in that, right? So I never did it. I never went for it. I never strived for it. Didn't really take school too seriously to the point where of having an actual solid GPA to go to certain schools that I really wanted to go to. So graduate high school, didn't really have many options, didn't really think too hard on my future. I was more of a whatever happens tomorrow. You know, I was one of those kids growing up. Whatever happens tomorrow happens, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And then really wasn't such a future planner that I am now. But graduate high school, still shy, still quiet, still reluctant to go after the goal. And I literally did nothing, man. I did absolutely nothing for a whole school year. So the year of, I graduated high school in 2015. So that entire summer, didn't do anything. Then from August of 15 to the spring of 2016, absolutely nothing. Didn't do absolutely nothing, man. You know what I mean? Just didn't work, didn't go to school, just sit in the house all day, man. Didn't really care about life too much. Plus, that was during a time of, you know, my dad's passing, and, you know, a lot was on my mind. A lot was on my mind. So I was really letting life go by. Didn't really care too much. But it was only until my brother came along, my baby brother came along, and that's when I started to like, okay, now it's time to get things going, and really started to think about my future, because I got 2 boys now looking up to me. So now with 2 boys looking up to me as, you know, big brother, like, all right, Ken, you gotta do something. You know, these are the conversations that I was having with myself. Like, okay, what's next? Right? I think that was like the first time I ever sat myself down and like, okay, what's next? Like, what's going on? What can we do? Because as I mentioned before, like, I was more of a, whatever God has for me tomorrow, that's just what it is, and the next day. So that's when I had to exercise my right, or my option for whatever school that could take me, like, because you also got to remember, I've always had a desire to want to leave my hometown. Like, I never really wanted to stay here, you know. So you got to include me being a big brother, 2 little boys looking up to me, always wanting, you know, always selfishly always wanted to leave my hometown and get away, and just the drive and effort of wanting to do something for myself. And on top of that, making my mom proud, making my dad proud, my grandma proud, and all these people around me. I finally pushed myself to apply to school, a school that was willing to take me based off of my GPA. And I went there, man, for sports management. I never mentioned wanting to do sports management ever on my channel, because I never did. Again, I was just using that as a way to get out, right? And feeling like I'm doing something with myself, you know. So I don't regret anything. You know, those first 2 years at that university, I met some pretty dope people, pretty cool people, that some that I still talk to this day, from Chowan University. But that was never my calling. That was never really the goal. That was never really the dream. to work in that field of sports, as far as sports management. You know, being a manager, an agent, all these things that comes with that industry. I've always wanted to be in sports, but more so in the broadcasting field. I remember, the first year was cool. You know what I mean? First time ever being away from home, no mom, no brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, freshman year was kind of lit. You know what I mean? But after a while, once you calm down and all those, I'm finally at my mama's house, finally away from home moments die down, you really start to think and like, what am I really doing here? So my sophomore year, I had like an apartment style. So like, 4 people in a complex, 2 over here, 2 here. And the people over here were 2 football players, right? And over here was myself and another guy, but he was in the frat. So literally every Saturday or every weekend, it was some type of get together, some type of just party-ish, or just hangout spot. Every single Saturday, man, I'm just in my room like, bruh. But on this particular Saturday, during my fall semester of my sophomore year, there was no one, absolutely no one in the living area, man, and I took advantage of that. So I turned my game off, I turned my TV off, turned my phone off, and just enjoy the peace and the quiet. And I definitely took advantage of that, and I just like had this deep thought moment to myself, and it's like, man, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Why am I continuously lying to my family, lying to myself? Like, this is like what I really always wanted to do, and it's not. It's either now or never to finally go after this broadcasting thing, because I never really wanted to live a what if life. You know what I'm saying? Like 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years later down in my life, I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, man, what if I would have did that? What if I would have did that? What if I would have did that? Oh, I wish I would have. I had that mindset for a long time. I just never really, you know what I mean? Like, I never really instilled it within myself. I had it, but I just never really went upon it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So because you got to remember, shy, quiet, reluctant, just hesitant to go after what I want to do. So I could have easily stayed there, because I had quite a few friends. I could have stayed where I was at, where I was comfortable. I could have stayed where I was, content and settled for whatever life that I was going after for that. But I was like, no, this is what I want. It's one of those things where if not now, then when, right? Go after this thing and never stop chasing after it. So that's when I decided to transfer. The first step to get to where that I want to be is transfer here. Transfer to Wingate University. And even with that decision, it was very funny. So when I decided that I wanted to transfer, discussed it with my mom, and she was like, okay, there's only one thing, you have to stay in North Carolina. Now, if I had it my way, I would have been out of here, anywhere in the world. But I was like, cool, that's fine. You know what I mean? So I just searched like all of these North Carolina schools that had sports broadcasting, and I was up to like the 3rd page, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of out of here, man. I'm kind of like stuck, because nobody has it. You know what I'm saying? And so I was stuck for a while. I was stuck. And because it was one of those things where, okay, first of all, my GPA has to be their requirement, right? They had to have sports broadcasting as a major or something, or some type of communications pertaining to that, and all these things, right? And location matters too, you know what I mean? So my mom didn't want me to be too far away, as far as in the state of North Carolina. So I just happened to come up with Wingate University. I'm just like, what is this place? Looked it up. GPA matches their requirement. Okay, check 1. Check 2 was they did have communications, sports management, sports broadcasting. That's check 2. And then Wingate University is in Wingate, North Carolina, which is like a very extremely small town. But I realized it was like 30, 35, 40 minutes from Charlotte. Again, for anybody that has seen my channel knows that Charlotte has always been a place that I've always wanted to go to. Not only just visit, but also live eventually. So an opportunity to go to Charlotte to visit and see these things, and while still schooling, that's check 3. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to Wingate University. It's just that simple. And during my time at Wingate was pretty cool, man. I had to do 3 years there because they didn't accept all of my credits from Ch1, so I had to do an extra sophomore year. Yeah, but it was fun. My 5 years in school was pretty cool. It was awesome. But you notice something, right? I didn't conform. I didn't settle for management. I wasn't content with that field within the industry of sports. You know what I'm saying? Like if something that you really want to do, if it's something that you really have love and true passion for, you go after it no matter what. Those are the 2 ingredients for me: love and passion. If you have genuine love and passion for whatever you want to do, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a pharmacist, you want to be a phlebotomist, you want to be a, I don't know, firefighter. I don't care what you want to do, man. As long as you have those 2 key and core values within what you want to do, when you have true love and true passion for it, I say go for it, man. And the most interesting part of this whole entire journey is really my drive and my effort, and just my work ethic within school. Even after graduating Wingate University, with Full Sail University, doing my online program, any aspect or any obstacle within sports broadcasting, whether it's play-by-play, whether it's interviewing, whether it's announcing, voiceover work, like I absolutely love it. And any pathway through that industry that I get the opportunity in, I'm going to take it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want me to do voiceover, I do voiceover, bro. Like, if you want me to do anchoring, you want me to do, anything, play-by-play, like, I don't care, because I've learned every aspect of it within school, whether it's online, whether it's in person. Like, I've done it. I've done the work. At this point now in my life, I'm just waiting for an opportunity. That's all I ever needed. That's all I do need, is just an opportunity. And me being the person that I am, I'm going to give it my 10,000% in it, and hope and pray that something will come my way, as far as like a job or an internship, anything at this point. Because why? Because I never stopped chasing. I never stopped, never will stop. And even with broadcasting, it's the ultimate goal, but it's not the only goal that I want. That's not the only goal that I have. Broadcasting is really just the pathway into other facets of what I want to do, man. I want to act, bro. Bro, I've been wanting to act since I was like 17 or 18. It's one of those things, because I caught myself a couple times when I was around that age where I was always interested in film and movies and just the art of acting, right? Where favorite TV shows, favorite movies, like I would dissect a certain character in a certain scene, you know, not just what that person says, but the body languages, facial expressions, and just copy all of it and just overanalyze every aspect of that scene and what that character does and says. And then when that season's over, I mock it, you know what I mean, myself. So like, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And in my phone right now, I have like so many movie ideas that I would pitch. Of course, I'm in it. I'm in all of them, actually. But yeah, man, like writing, producing, you know what I'm saying, outside of just acting, you know what I mean. Travel. I've always wanted to travel the world, man. See different things, experience different things, different cultures. Yeah, man, there's so many. Podcasting. I guess you can say this is podcasting in a way, you know, YouTube channel, but you know, whatever. But yeah, there's so many things. TED Talk. I've always wanted to do. It was one of those things where you had to watch a TED Talk in school because it was a certain topic that person was talking about, you know, for a particular class. You had to listen to it, you had to watch it. And to myself, I'm like, man, I can do better than that, bro. I can do better than that. And now it's kind of like the light switch. You know what I mean? You see in a TV show or a movie where a certain character thinks of something, it was like that light bulb. TED Talk was one of those things. And talk about, you know, whatever that I feel like talking about, you know, whether it's sports or the idea of what, never stop chasing after the things that you want to do, even when things doesn't go your way. I consider myself a comical person. I guess I can be funny at times, but I've always wanted to at least do at least one or two stand-up, you know, comedies. Just to say that I did it, you know, all of these things that I want to do. And eventually my ultimate goal, my ultimate dream is to have my own family, you know what I mean? My wife, the kids. And that's a topic that I can go even deeper in another video. But this video really pertains to just never stopping to chase after your goals as far as, you know, work related, you know, broadcasting, acting, anything that you want to do in life, man. Never stop chasing for it. But man, my main message that I wanted to share in this video, man, is to just never stop chasing. Never stop going after what you want to do with your life. You know what I'm saying? All capital letters, man. Never stop going after what you want to do with your life. And even when certain things doesn't go the way that you want it, it's not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It's in God's plan, not yours. You know what I'm saying? God's plan. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it. You guys know I'm a Drake fan. Had to do it. But man, just sometimes, especially for me, I had to tell myself all the time to just go with the flow and not just have this mental breakdown and know that everything is going to be okay, right? As long as you have love and true passion for what you want to do, which is broadcasting for me, everything will be all right. You're not gonna go shoot to stardom right from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that's very well known in the world that didn't get a break until late 20s, early 30s. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. It's okay. And once you realize that and build that, literally hammer that in your mind and brain and create that mindset and that mentality. And know that everything's not gonna go your way. And know that God got you. He has a plan for you. You know what I mean? And once you realize all that, man, everything will be good. So again, man, never stop chasing after what you want to do in life. Never stop chasing your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. And that's that, man. Yours truly, Kendrick McKnight, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content, man. And until my next video, yes, sir.